Today is January 13th, 2022, and I'm here with World War II veteran Wes Schafer. Wes, were you drafted or did you enlist?
I enlisted.
And what year was that?
What? 1951? 51?
No, you enlisted like in I think the early 40s, 1941.
Yeah, okay, 1940 probably.
Where were you sent for training?
In
Great Lakes?
Great Lakes.
And how long did you do training for? Basic boot camp?
What?
Did you do basic boot camp training?
I was training to go to the ship.
How long of training did you do?
Well, we did a lot of swimming, dancing, jumping off of big lifts so we could know how to get in the water. That's about it.
Did you do that for months or weeks?
I think it was a month or so.
Okay, after the training, where were you sent to first?
I think it was San Francisco.
And were you about to be sent to Pacific when you arrived in?
When we got to San Francisco, they put us all together. There was 4 other guys with me, and they started putting them in different ships. I was sitting with the 4 other guys. We said, boy, this will be something when we get back, tell about this. And I said, yeah. I was sent to USS New Mexico, and these other guys were sent to the others that got shot up. So they all got killed.
Like the USS Indianapolis? Did they go to the Indianapolis?
I don't know. They went to different ones.
Oh, okay. Were you supposed to go to the Indianapolis?
No. I went to New Mexico.
Yeah.
That was where I went.
When did you get on the New Mexico? Was it after when you training or like?
After the training, yeah.
What year did you finish training? 1941?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Okay, once you arrived on the ship, where did you go first?
I just went to a part where they had a I don't know what. I was on a ship, not a ship, but a boat that took people in and out of the thing. And I was on that for quite a while because I was young and I didn't have anything to do. And this guy that was running the boat, he liked me pretty well, so he made me study the gunner's mate's rules, and I did, and the first one I took, I passed. So then I was a gunner's mate. But I stayed there, and I don't know how long now. And I was gunner mate number 1, and I finally got up to number 3. That's where the end was.
Did you arrive on the New Mexico after Pearl Harbor?
No, we went from San Diego to Pearl Harbor, we stayed there, and we finally they sent us to the Atlantic, so we were on our way to the Panama Canal, and we went into the Atlantic and getting ready to fight that ship. We stopped at Iceland, and they said, well, it was already done. The Germans did it.
You're talking about the Bismarck?
Huh?
You're talking about the Bismarck?
Yeah. And the Germans, not the Germans, but the British sunk it.
Yeah.
So we didn't have anything to do with it. So they want to send us, I forget where they sent us. They sent us back to the Pacific. And somewhere there, I got transferred to Subchaser. And then I was on that for quite a while.
Which island did you head to first when you were going into the Pacific?
What?
Which island did you go to first when you were sent to the Pacific?
Island?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Did you support the troops going into the Japanese islands when?
Yeah, but when I got on that Subchaser, we had to go all along Pacific Ocean to get rid of the Japanese. And we chased them all around, chased them out, and we finally got one, we think, and because you drop all them big things that are bust things up.
Depth charges?
Yeah, we dropped all those on something, and we didn't want to stay there because there was a lot of Japanese around somewhere, and we took off. So we don't know if they blew up or what.
Do you believe it was a Japanese submarine?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it must have been, or we would never shot it. There wouldn't been anything in there. So it started, pieces of stuff started blowing up when we left. But we couldn't wait around because we were too small of a thing. The Japanese would have blown us right up. In fact, I got transferred to that, and I tried to find out about that one, and they said it blew up. So I got out of that too. And they sent me to college, and Yale. I went to Yale, and I was there for a year, and then I went to Dartmouth. And it was going, and I was going okay, and the war ended, and then they shut it off. That was it. Started putting us somewhere else. So I got on another ship, and it went around all the world, and that was it.
What was the name of the subchaser you were on? The ship.
The what? Which one?
What was the name of the subchaser you were on?
541 is the number. I didn't have a name.
Oh,
Just had a number.
Yeah, SC 541.
541. And then I was put on a ship. I got the thing on there.
On those. On
Fargo. I was on a Fargo.
mm-hmm.
Then I was on another one. I don't remember what one that it was.
So you must have been on a lot of ships.
Huh?
You must have been on a lot of different ships.
Different ships.
Yeah, you told me you went to different ships.
Yeah.
So,
I had a New Mexico, a subchaser, and Fargo, and then there was one more. That was it.
when did you start getting kamikazes?
Getting what?
The kamikaze the Japanese suicide planes? When did you start getting hit by that, or see them hit ships?
I don't know.
Remember that story about how they transferred you from one gun turret
Oh,
to the other side? Remember that story?
yeah.
Tell them about that.
That was for that one war. I was the gunner's mate in charge of the guns. They'd have to throw a thing in and fire it and that. And just before we took out, they transferred me from there to one clear over to the other corner. And when they got into that fight, the kamikaze jumped right into it and busted the whole thing up, killed everybody there.
Killed the 10 at the turret he was at.
Yeah.
The USS New Mexico got hit several times by kamikazes.
And I got out of that.
But you're lucky to be alive.
Yeah,
Then.
I am.
Me too.
And I don't know how long though.
Yeah.
Well, you're almost 100 years old.
Yeah.
And you look good for your age.
Thanks.
Did you when the kamikaze hit the ship, were you blown were you blown up into the air, or did you?
It was an airplane right into it. That's what they did.
Were you? But when the ship or the kamikaze hit, were you knocked to the ground at all?
No. Never bothered me.
Did you even know that the ship had gotten hit by a kamikaze?
I heard it, yeah.
Did
I
you?
heard about it, yeah.
That was a big ship.
It was a
Yeah.
battleship.
Yeah, it was a battleship.
It didn't bother it a bit. It just kept on going.
Were you near any other Japanese islands?
No. We were all over. I went every place. But we never stopped at some of them places. We just had to go.
Like you gave the support to the troops.
Yeah.
Were you near any islands like Iwo Jima or Peleliu or Saipan?
No, I think it's the Marshall Islands.
Oh yeah, the Marshall. Oh.
You know, that group in that area.
Okay. So, where were you when Pearl Harbor happened?
When it happened,
Yes.
about a week, headed for Panama.
How did you feel about it?
Well, when we heard it, we wanted to go back and see if we could help them.
Mm-hmm.
But the officers got a call from the U.S. that they were supposed to keep going to where they were supposed to be going.
Mm-hmm.
So we just had to go and leave them there.
What was it like shooting those big guns?
Huh?
What was it like to shoot those big guns? What was it like to shoot those big guns?
Oh, well, it was fun. It was sort of fun, you know.
What about when they misfired? What would happen if they misfired?
You had to have somebody take the thing out and throw it over the side. I was walking in this ship one day, and this officer says, "Come here," says Schafer, "come with me." So I went with him. He says, "We gotta open this gun up and throw the thing out." I said, "Well, who are you going to get to do that?" He says, "You." So I had to do it. So I opened the thing, took this gun out and threw it over the side, and it blew up.
While you were on the ship, did you ever get seasick at all?
Huh?
When you were on the ship, did you ever get seasick?
No, never. Never did.
Y-
On that sub chaser, they were sort of small. I never got sick on that either.
When in the Atlantic, you also had to worry about the German U-boats, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever see one?
See what?
A German U-boat while you were in the Atlantic?
We saw it once. We couldn't get to it.
So it must have been far away from you
Yeah.
that you couldn't. But you were worried that they might torpedo you?
Huh?
Were you worried they might torpedo you?
No.
Or you just didn't want to think about it at the time and just do your job, right?
Yeah.
Ask them about the two torpedoes coming toward the ship.
Did something happen with two torpedoes coming at your ship?
Yeah. Well, that's at the sub chaser. We're going along, and we look out, and there's two, I think, coming at us.
Torpedoes?
I told this guy that was with me, I said, "Get ready to jump because they're going to hit us." And we was all ready, and they went underneath. There was a couple of fish.
Uh-oh.
Dolphins.
Scared the heck out of us. But they, what's the name of those fish?
Dolphins.
Yeah. There's two of them that they were playing with us.
Oh, that's very interesting. Where were you when the Japanese surrendered?
I was, let's see. Well, I must have been in Dartmouth College there, I guess. That's where I was. Well, yeah, I think it was.
Oh, you didn't go to Tokyo Bay at the time when they did surrender, signed the peace treaty?
What?
You weren't in Tokyo Bay when they signed the peace treaty, or?
I don't know.
No, he wasn't.
Okay. But did you ever had any torpedoes hit your ship?
No.
Oh.
Never got shot up.
Did you ever get injured at all?
Me? I got a little spot on my foot, my leg one time. that wasn't anything. That's all. I came out pretty good.
What medals were you awarded after the war?
I don't know, the 6, I think. 6 or some kind of. I got him on that. Terry got that for me.
Have you ever been interviewed before about your service?
What?
Have you ever been interviewed about your service before? Have you ever been interviewed about your service before?
No.
So this is your first time.
Yeah.
How does it feel talking about it?
It's okay.
It doesn't bring back bad memories.
I haven't got anything else to do. Might as well talk.
Wow.
I got a lot of things I could say, but
So after the war ended, what did you do, like a job?
after the war,
Yes.
well, I got discharged, I guess.
But did you go do a job? Like, what kind of job did you do after you came home?
I came home and I went to school for television school. And I don't know. I finally quit. I started working in cars.
Did you ever, when you were in the Pacific, did you ever have to worry about the Japanese suicide torpedoes, torpedoes? Because they call them suicide torpedoes.
No.
Okay, so that you must have not, because there was only like one ship that actually got sunk by one of those, but you must have not. Were you getting ready, or did they ever say anything about the invasion of Japan to you? You never thought they were going to send you there and help?
No.
Interesting. Well, I think that's all the questions I have for you. Thank you so much, Wes. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this for me. You're number 44 World War II veteran I've interviewed.
Okay, thank you.